Hey, what is up guys? It's Darkilla here, and today I'm going to be showing you how to actually properly boot people offline on the Xbox One. This is just for Xbox One. I'm pretty sure it'll work the same for PS4. As long as you're connected to, either a game or a party, just however, you can't do it through messages, just you have to be connected to them somehow on the console itself. So I'm going to show you how to actually boot people because I looked on YouTube and I've seen a lot of videos and just people don't really know what they're talking about, and it's actually not showing people actually boot and everything. So this is an actual video step by step on how to boot and what exactly you need. So the first thing you need is to download Kane-Enable. So we're going to open that up. That's fine. Just let that run. Okay, so my stuff is already set up, but right from the start, when you come to this menu, you're going to be wanting to link your Xbox IP address onto the Kane-Enable. So how to do that is you basically have to link your router's IP, and that brings up the Xbox's IP, which you add on to Kane-Enable, and that is how you pull people's IP through through the router to the Xbox to other people's IP address. So, for example, you're going to want to go to Sniffer. Now, nothing is going to be right here. So, you're going to want to right click and scan MAC addresses. Okay, Sniffer must be activated. This is the Sniffer tab up top. You're going to want to start it. This will pop up. That is okay. Now, scan MAC address. Once you do that, this is going to pop up. Target all hosts in my subnet or range. Don't do anything here. It's perfectly fine. Leave it at all hosts in my subnet. So just click OK. I already did so I'm not going to, but you guys click OK, and then you guys will have all these three. So once you have these four, so once these come up, there's going to be about 4 or 5 different IPs, however many comes to. So in order to know which one is your Xbox, see the first one, the Ares International, that will come up. This is going to be your computer. This is the one you need. You can go to the command center and you can type in what's your internal IP address, and this is mine. It's the usual one, 10.0.0.1. 2 is nothing, we don't use that, and then 8 is nothing as well. In order to find out which one is your Xbox One and to actually show, you are going to want to right click, and you are going to want to resolve hostname. So once you resolve it, just let it process all the way through, and it will come up Ares International, but it already said for me because it was already on here. But and then you just go through all of them, and then it'll say for the host name, once you find out which one is for the Xbox or the PS4, then it will come up on the host name. So once you have your target, which this is my target, so now you're going to want to click on the tab here. We're going to want to go over to APR on the bottom with the nuke symbol. You're not going to have this yet, but what you're going to want to do is you are going to want to click the add, the plus button. Now from here, you're going to want to go from your computer's internal IP to your Xbox's IP. So in order to do that, you're going to want to click over to your internal, which is the 1, because that is our router internal, and then the Xbox One is going to come up, and then you click on that. Once you click on your Xbox One, click OK. And I already did so. It's already up here. It'll come up on the tab right there, so I don't need to do that, but you guys click OK, and this should be up here. So now you are ready to pull IP addresses, and just that it's all good. Make sure that the sniffer is on. In order to know if it's on or off, this is off. Once you click it on, then it'll show the outline box. So you'll know when it's on. Now to actually pull the IP address, once you have this, you just want to click on it so it's highlighted, and then this nuke symbol right next to the sniffer tab, you are going to want to run it. This is the poison. Once you start running the poison, see, I'm not picking up anything. There we go. Now currently I'm picking up Microsoft's, these are the Microsoft servers because I'm just at the dashboard for the Xbox. I think I pulled some ones here, I don't know. Might be another Xbox server. So don't run it for too long. It usually grabs everyone's IP right away once you're connected to a lobby. So let's say you go into either a party or a game. All you have to do is just click this and then just sniff. And then once you get a list coming, for probably just run it for about 5 seconds and then turn it off. Make sure you turn off the APR. If you don't turn it off, you can actually boot yourself. Well, not entirely boot yourself, but you lose connection and it like backfires on your part because you're pulling so many packets and you're pulling all the IPs. You just want to let it run for 5 seconds so that you collect all the data from everyone's IP, because it's a matter of a couple seconds that you'll grab everyone's IP that you're connected to in the party or the game, lobby, public match, anything you're doing that's really not a dedicated server. So so this is going to be the next step. So you're done with Kane enable. Let's say we got our target here. We're just gonna, let's see, remove these. Oh, this is going to be the main one. We're gonna check out this IP. So now you're going to want to open up Google or whatever your browser is, and I use iplocation.net. Now this is a confirmation on who you're hitting, or just knowing what it is before you hit, because you don't want to try to attempt to hit a Microsoft server or a Sony server or just any type of company server, and there's different kinds of servers that you can go through. So for this one, it is, let's get this sorted out. Okay, 174.50. Make sure you add the periods as well. 25 and 141. Okay, and once that is there, alright, I actually pulled someone's IP. This is a real person. Okay. I'm not even connected to a party or anything. Alright. So, yep. This is a real person's IP. Georgia, Roswell, Comcast. Now, to know if you pulled an IP from a personal to a company, which personal, you should know the difference. It's going to be the ISP. You're going to be wanting to look at this. If it says Comcast Cable Communications or Time Warner, Verizon, just any of the local companies, there's Cox Communications, there's a bunch of different kinds. You will know that it is going to be a household's IP address. And let me just show you the difference between the two. Let's run the feed again, and let's grab a Microsoft IP address. So let's just let this sniff for a bit. Okay, that is Microsoft IP. So, okay. Alright, so now let's open up the same thing. Now we're going to go 65. It's probably going to be already saved here. Yep. So this is already a Microsoft IP. I already know that for sure. So yeah, for right here, Microsoft Corporation, ISP. So that is going to be the difference between the two as we pull it up here. I'm done fucking up. Okay. So it'd be the Comcast Communication and Microsoft. So these are the two differences. You never want to try to hit these. You're not going to have much luck. They're a lot more powerful than you. Unless, you're Lizard Squad or something. I mean, knock yourself out. But, for regular booting and IP flooding, that's not going to work for Microsoft. But it will work for your opponents and, households' IP addresses. Alright, so now that you have the IP address, we can close Kane Enable. We don't need Kane anymore. Yes, I sure want to exit. Okay. So now the next thing, the very last thing, is the booter itself. So the booter that I use, and it's very well, it came out in July 2016. I currently still use it, and it's very good. It's called BetaBooter, betabooter.com. So you have to make an account, and yes, you do have to pay for it. It's not pricey though. It's not pricey, and it is definitely worth it. So these are the different price options. I mean, I go with the lowest one, the basic, 15 bucks. Me and my buddy, we share, so I pay 15 one month, he pays 15 another, and we just go back and forth. So select concurrence. So this is how many IPs you can hit at once. So if you click on one, then you can hit only one IP at a time. If you want to do two, then you can hit two IPs at a time. So instead of just one individual, it could be two individuals from different areas. If you're playing, let's say, 2v2, and you want to boot both of them at the same time, freaking go for it. You can do two. But for one, it only limits to one. And the length, how many months, lifetime. I mean, I guess lifetime is $100. Never even seen that option before, but so I guess 1 year is a lifetime then. Okay. So, I mean, just 1 month or whatever you want to do, Bitcoin or PayPal, it's straight up legit. You can do some reviews on it. This is for the crazy, I don't even know, that's for companies or something. I mean, this site particularly was built for website developers to test their sites on their for security. So, if someone does attack and, see how bad that it would go down, and they just test all that stuff on there. So, we use this site, just for booting. So, let's go over to the Boot Hub. Now, Boot Hub is where all the magic happens. So, the target, that is the IP address you're going to want to put in. So, just copy and paste. I'm sorry, whoever this is, but I never pulled this guy's IP before, so I mean, or some random. But okay, so we put the IP there, and it's gonna say port 1 through 65,535. So don't freak out about this. There's only two different types, and they both work. So typically 53, yes, 53 does work. So you can boot with 53 or port 80. So in this case, we're gonna do 80. Now flood length. It's going to be max. This is going to be for how much you pay for. So if you go with the $15 one, it would be 900. It would say max 900. And for the method, you are not going to be needing to use any of these NTP all the way down. The only two you need to use, or you're able to use, is DNS and Chargen. These are effective. And the other ones, those are for online websites, for testing their sites and all that, but for what our purpose is, these two are the greatest. So the best one that's works almost every time would be Chargen. If you do attempt to send a flood through Chargen and the person is not getting hit, you can go with the more powerful hit, which would be the DNS. The DNS is more powerful and most likely to go through. So for starters, Chargen should do the work. So that should be your first option. If that does not work, then DNS, second try, that will send them off for however long. So the length, 900, what it is 900 seconds. So it goes all by seconds. So 900 seconds, I mean, you boot them off for that time. There's a timer. So you can stop it anytime. Once you pull the IP one time, you can hit it whenever. Like once you have the IP once, then they can go off whenever. You don't have to connect to them again. You don't have to, try to join a lobby or try to pull their IP again. You don't have to do this process every time. Once you hit it once, then it's solid. It's on there. This is the flood manager. They're on this. So I mean, I think I was having problems with this guy the other day or something. I mean, I was booting him, and I just keep on relaunching. So if you don't want to pay for higher privileges, like 1800 and up and all that. You just want to go with a 900, but you don't think it's long enough. Right when it hits 0 and it stops, it'll say stop attack. I guess my buddy hasn't freaking paid his half yet, so I gotta call him up. But so right when it says stop, you can just click right on the tab, and it'll go relaunch attack. I mean, I can click on it, but pay plan, yeah. So, but that's that. That is how you boot, and once you do that, then that's the last process. So, thank you guys for watching. This is the actual proper way on how to boot people offline, or I mean, it's not just about booting people for your own fun. You boot people left and right. I mean, my purpose of booting and my friend's purpose of booting, why we boot, and before you come to conclusions that we boot for our own fun, and like we try to win or something, so we just boot. We only use the booter when there is people that are just not in fit for the community. I mean, it's one thing to report a person so they get communication banned for a few days, but in our case, we just like to step it up a notch and give them a little love tap, kind of just knock them offline, so teach them a lesson and all that. So it's not that we boot innocent random people, we boot people that we think deserves it. I mean, I know it's not our say, but it just makes the community better. I mean, I play with a bunch of people all the time, and people come in the parties, people come in the games, and they start, just starting a bunch of drama and crap, and some people don't want to hear it, and if they actually start getting personal with people and start cyberbullying, we stop that. I stop that. I don't deal with cyberbullying, especially if it's against my friends and all that. No. So I mean, I don't use it for any bad purposes. Just for people that are just currently not fit for the community. So use it at your own risk. Just don't get banned. Don't get overpowered with it, or just don't boot people that don't deserve it. Just keep the community clean and safe and all that, and it'll just be a good time. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.